Annecy, a picturesque city in southeastern France surrounded by mountains and located along a stunning lake. An ideal all-year-round destination for a weekend trip in Europe or a pit stop on a road trip through the French Alps. Check out how we recommend spending your 2 days in Annecy, also known as the Venice of the Alps. We visited beautiful Annecy in August in the middle of the European summer holidays and it was packed. But it is not always like this because we once visited Annecy in May and as you can see, a totally different experience. So basically, Annecy is nice any time of year. You can either reach Annecy by car like we did the first time we went in May, or you can fly to Geneva Airport, which is just a 45 minutes drive from the city. There are trains leaving from the airport as well and it will take you about 1.5 hours to get there. Taxis are quite expensive, around 160 euros one way. So what can you do in 2 days in Annecy? Well, on day 1 explore the old town of Annecy, of course. This historical town is really pedestrian friendly, making it ideal to spend the whole morning strolling around, and that's what you should do. Just wander through this fairy tale-like town and along the little streets and canals with its colorful buildings. And not to forget, enjoy lunch at one of the many cafes and restaurants that are literally everywhere. Every Sunday, Tuesday and Friday morning there is a market from 7 a.m. till 1 p.m. We visited the market on Sunday and it was extremely busy. It wasn't fun at all. So try to go early in the morning, especially in the summer holiday season. The old town is very small and you can easily walk around for an hour and see every corner. We really like the view from Pont-Prelier, the bridge near the famous Le Palais d'Ille. From one side you can see the city and on the other side the beautiful lake and mountains. And if you walk along the right side of the canal and cross the little bridge Pont Morin, you will end up at Rue Saint-Clair. As you can see, the market is here too. But towards the end of the street, along the beautiful Pont Rue de République, we found a pretty spot at the river. We really enjoyed sitting here. The whole setting and our son enjoying the water was just a perfect moment in this lovely town. From there is a nice path to town via Croix Madame de Roirin. You will soon see a playground on the left side and just behind the playground you have a really nice shopping street. If you go the other way, past the little bridge, then you'll find yourself at another shopping street, the colorful Rue de Filaterie, nearby the church Église Saint-François de Sales. From there, you can easily just walk towards the canal again, cross another little bridge and return at Pont-Prelier, where you can find a popular ice cream shop with about 70 kinds of flavors, so a perfect stop to get some ice cream. It doesn't really matter how you walk, it's a small town and all the streets are connected by little alleys and bridges. You can't get lost and walking aimlessly in a city like Annecy is always nice. You can also walk to Musée Château d'Annecy. This castle was once home to the Counts of Geneva in the 13th century and is now a museum. After lunch, we recommend heading to the amazing park Jardin l'Europe. You can walk along the lake, cross the Pont d'Amour towards the promenade where you will see many stalls renting out paddle boats in the summer. When we were there in August, we of course had to hop on one of these boats. Getting one can be pretty difficult as you cannot make any reservations. Eventually we ended up at the first rental stall where the guy working there told us they had 21 boats and that the waiting time would be around 20 to 30 minutes. So we recommend you going there too. Lake Annecy is one of the largest and most pristine lakes in France and the water can be pretty cold since it comes straight from the mountains. Once you pass all the rental boats, you can walk along the lake and find spots to jump in the water as well. It isn't really comfortable to swim here since you are right at the promenade and along a busy street. So if you walk about 500 meters further, you will find a park where there's a nice place to swim. If the weather isn't that warm, then it is still great to walk in Jardin l'Europe and enjoy the view of the lake and mountains. On day 2, we recommend renting bicycles to cycle around the whole lake. try to get an e-bike because it can get really hilly. Our son had a regular mountain bike while I had an e-bike, and I was able to push him up the steep hills to make it more bearable for him. We had such a wonderful time. We would stop whenever we felt like it, jump in the water, and then continue cycling. The whole trip is around 40 kilometers long, and they say it takes about 3 hours to do. Well, we did twice as long, also because we stopped about 6 times. The water was just too good not to jump in. We recommend going clockwise because there is one extremely steep hairpin hill. And if you go clockwise, you will tackle the steepest hill of the route downhill, which is more fun, of course. Plus, when going clockwise, you will always have the lake right next to you when cycling on the path. Also, try to take the trails nearest to the lake. Don't be afraid to leave the main road behind and to take the little road close to the lake. You will find the nicest spots to swim here. At one point on the east side of the lake, the bicycle trail is pretty far off from the lake itself. The bicycle lane was once a railway track and is now converted into a lane for bicycles only. Ideal, of course. However, after a while we found the trail a bit boring because it didn't take us close to the lake and through the little villages. So we left the main trail and headed towards the little streets along the lake, making the bike trip more fun. We really love this bicycle trip. The views are amazing, the water is stunning, and the whole route is very diverse. Again, if the weather isn't good for cycling, you can always rent a car and drive around the lake. Or even better, explore the areas around Annecy. When we were there in May, we did a couple of road trips up into the mountains and we had a great time. So that is our 2-day stay in Annecy. As you can tell, in just 2 days you can do and see a lot of things in and around Annecy. It is a very diverse and active 2-day trip, but that is what makes this short visit to Annecy so worthwhile. I hope you found this video useful. If so, please hit the like button or leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe to see more of our upcoming videos. For now, thank you for watching and till next time. Bye bye!